some of the shots he was producing were extraordinary, so it does sort of emphasise the inconsistency that this can create with him.
Yeah, that's the natural talent element of it. That's the bit you can't teach. When it self-corrects, when he strikes that cue ball where he means to, he'll bottle the balls, you know, in a very, very entertaining way. But when he doesn't, when it doesn't self-correct, he could miss anything.
OK, back we go here, and this match is getting away from Judd Trump. Ronnie very much in the ascendancy.
Yes, couldn't agree more, Hazel. But what do? Do you say, right, well, I'm going to let my arm go. I'm going to go for these long pots. Even if you've got no confidence you're going to get them, can you somehow knock a few in that will give you that confidence to pursue that attacking style of game, which is what Judd Trump was famous for? What a wonderful safety shot from Ronnie, and that's what you're up against. This and 3 more frames to be played. Well, a nice return. I'm sorry, Stephen, but I'm just going to say nice return. But you left the pot on, all right. He might not be tempted. Tight under the ball cushion.
Yeah, I was going to say that 8-5 down to Stuart Bingham. His game was in a similar state, but he managed to find something when it was needed. Well, the same applies here.
Foul on the miss. Judd Trump full.
Yeah, but I think in that match he got a bit of help from Stuart, didn't he? And you can't rely on your opponent helping you. You've got to make some of your own running. This red cuts.
At least he's potted a ball.
One.
I always think if you're really struggling, if you can play 3 decent shots in a row, that can get you back into some sort of a rhythm. At the moment, Judd's fallen 1 bad shot with another. He's potted the red.
Crumble.
He's taken this brown on. Automatic position, should he get it. But he didn't. In fact, I say automatic position. I thought he was going to just drop it dead weight in, but he's actually not left anything, I don't think. This red to the left corner is, well, it's not the sort of shot Ronnie's been taking on. It's fraught with danger, but as I say, when you're 9-4 ahead, the pressure's not as intense. The cue ball's going to be careering through the reds. Trust into luck a little bit where the cue ball's going to end up. Well, he's playing it with screw. A magnificent shot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really play with right-hand side, but when the cue ball hit the cushion, that right-hand side just took it to the top cushion. Can still pop this black, but trickier than he would have liked. No, no.
Ronnie Sullivan 1.
Well, we said needs a bit of help from his opponent. Now, Judd, big chance. I know there's lots of pressure, but you've got to make the most of these opportunities now.
One.
All he needs to do here is miss the blue, twice across the table. He'll have a choice of reds, 1 to right middle or 1 to right corner. 2 cushions, a bit of top spin. Say just inside the blue. Thought he might just put a little dab of right-hand side on there, but at the moment he's probably just concentrating 100% and making sure he pots the ball. As I say, if you've got 3 or 4 shots in a row here, that will get him back into some sort of a rhythm.
5.
Well, he's finished up on the pink. The only problem is that black is just blocking so many reds from going into that pocket. Yeah, you've got to play it. You've got to clear that pocket. That's okay.
12. $13.
Didn't really hit that with a lot of authority. As I say, at the moment, he's concentrating so hard on making sure he pots the ball that the positional side is going slightly astray.
20.
That was a decent shot, though. Red below the pink, pots the right corner.
$21.
But again, it wasn't the most positive strike. It was a little bit tentative.
Yeah, he knew he was running through other reds and caught the second red full, which took all the pace out of the cue ball. Decision time now. Big decision. Tough pot on the black. Pink's available into far left, left middle. But not easy.
Trump 21. Thank you. Sure.
Just looking at the table as we look at Judd and just trying to get some inspiration from somewhere. You normally get it when you get to the table, but he's got no good thoughts of what's been happening in the last few frames. And if Ronnie knocks this in and gets position on the colour, he's in danger of losing this one.
1.
A little bit of a heavy contact there. You saw the red leave the bed of the table, took all the pace out of the cue ball. But with the brown not being on its spot, it's an easy in and out of balk. He's not on anything. He's not going to be on anything.
6.
Just overhit it. And I don't know whether, Stephen, and I know Ronnie's experienced, but the last few visits, his cue ball hasn't been great.
Yeah, I think sometimes if he's getting it so
Ronnie
easy at the
O'Sullivan,
moment.
6.
His opponents, as I say, his game is gone at the minute. Sometimes you can just take your foot off the gas mentally. Your focus can just slip.
Yeah.
And maybe his concentration's not got that intensity that it had a couple of frames ago.
Anyway, Judd, tight under the baulk cushion. With a big problem here to get this safe.
I think he can get to the red that's to the right of the 4, the one closest to the black. And it goes to the left corner pocket. Now it's one of these situations where I think the safety shot is just as difficult as the pot. Yeah, it's come and see the pot angle now of this red. I mean, it's probably going to cost him the frame should he miss, but I'd much rather be playing a tough pot than a tougher safety.
Close. But once again,
Quiet down now, please.
close isn't good enough. Knew it was fraught with danger. It's not left Ronnie the easiest of starters. Just a bit of noise there in the arena, so Ronnie getting up. This is a big shot. If he can pot this red, doesn't have to do much to be positioned on the brown. Well, for the black even. Right through the heart of the pocket, a wonderful strike.
Yeah, the great view of the Ronnie O'Sullivan technique there. Nothing moving on the strike.
8.
No head movement, no deviation of the cue going through the cue ball.
9.
So that black now just puts him 3 points behind.
16.
These 6 reds, more than enough to win the frame before we get to the
17.
colours. But it'll require precise positional play. But this is where he excels, a master at this type of situation. That was beautifully struck. Deep
24.
screw, left-hand side. Couldn't have played it better.
25. $32. $33.
Don't think quite got the angle there to... well, he may be able to play for the black, can he? Decided he
41.
could because he was guaranteed a good angle. Now this is the stock shot of Ronnie O'Sullivan. He plays this better than anyone I've ever seen. It's done off the top cushion, side cushion, for reds in the same pocket as the black. Well, he just used the one cushion. It needs to run. Just got there.
48.
29 in front. Red, black would have been enough, but he can't get on the black. So if he plays for the blue, he'll need the last red. Look at the total points. I mean, it's getting on for 500 different. Just not happy, just a little bit of tip, just flaking a bit, so you get a little bit of smooth sandpaper and just take that off. It's just off-putting, it's in your eye line when you look down the shot. So even at this stage and with this big lead, taking nothing for granted.
$49.
Well, could have been better on this blue. Glance at the scoreboard. This blue will put him 35 points in front, but there'll be 35 remaining. Well, this looks a good line. This looks a good line.
54.
Cue ball control, absolute best. Another glance at the scoreboard. Just the red needed.
He's in a lovely place at the moment, is Ronnie O'Sullivan. I know, I've been there. You got your opponent who's, you have to say,
60.
he's gone at the moment, and you can just get to the table, everything's easy, under no pressure whatsoever.
62.
He can virtually win this final tonight. The way that's going at the moment, Judd has to improve just to win a frame.
65.
Yeah, playing Ronnie or Sullivan at any time is a daunting proposition, but when you've not brought your best
69.
game, boy, how do you work out? How do you
74.
get a frame on the board? That's what Judd Trump will be thinking now.
AG.
Still Ronnie O'Sullivan shot at the moment, no doubt.
On the frame.
And he
Ronnie
just
O'Sullivan.
goes further and further in front. 6 clear, 10-4.
A little jaded, I have to say. He was sitting in his chair, giving off slightly the wrong signals if Ronnie had seen them, to be honest with you. But he's just somehow got to try and win a couple of frames here.
Frame 15.
Yeah, it's 10-4, but is it over and
Ronnie
out
O'Sullivan to break.
for Judd Trump?
Frame 15 underway. Another decent safety shot from Ronnie. Left a red on the left-hand side of the table, but I don't think he can get through to the potting angle. Well, at least being close to the pot, he found the path back to the balk end. Another delightful safety there from Ronnie. He plays those shots so well. Believe me, on these super fine cloths, playing with any kind of side spin, it can go wrong, but he's just wonderful at playing that shot. Played on the left hand side, so when it came off the second cushion, it just checked, took the pace out of the cue ball and found the gap to the baulk cushion. Now can Judd find a reply? Needs to miss the brown. Good shot. Good reply. There's a safety success. Well, Ronnie just a couple of % ahead of Judd in that department. This time just a little bit short of pace. But that green makes it awkward. Might just be able to cue past it to play the safety. No, slightly hampered. And all things considered, played it well.
Yeah, that's one of the best shots he's played for a while, actually. It's very much easier said than done when you're playing as badly as Judd is and you're low in confidence, but somehow you've got to just tell yourself that this is the final of the World Championship. Got to find something from somewhere.
That's a misjudgment. This red is possible to the right corner. I know it's tricky, always are when you're close to the object ball. I mean, nothing's going to look easy to Judd at the moment. Say he's never unlucky to going off, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. At such an acute angle and such a tricky pot, he put all his attention into the pot. Just hit it slightly too thin, and that's why he found the middle pocket. And isn't it always the way? When you need a bit of luck, you never get it.
No, I think it's fair to say the vast majority of this crowd are looking for a Ronnie Sullivan win, but I think they want to see a match as well, don't they, JV?
Yeah, absolutely. There they are. Went over to the Crucible Course tonight. People in here from Switzerland, Brazil, Belgium, Holland. Well, Ronnie more or less forced into that. So here's another chance for Judd. And you couldn't wish for a better one than this. Black available into both corners. Got to score here.
One.
Yeah, if there was one part of Ronnie's game you say is a little bit behind the rest, is maybe he's long potting. 60%. But yeah, you're absolutely right, John.
8.
It's almost like it's not quite a last chance saloon yet, but badly needs to win at least 2 of these last 3 frames.
9.
And that was a nice shot. Didn't look much, but when you're struggling as he is, that was a perfectly played positional shot.
$14. Sure. 15.
There's been a few kicks in this final, but these 2 players are the only 2 players I think that I know of on tour that use the old traditional chalk, which, as a general opinion, causes kicks.
$22. 23.
So far, so good. Every pot going right in the heart of the pocket.
I think if he gets an angle in the black here, unless a red below the pink is an easy pot, it doesn't look like it. I'd be tempted to go into the bunch here. He's not got the angle this time, so he's going to have to play for the red along the cushion here. No, he's not. He's played up for another red. Maybe the fact he missed that black early on
38.
has put him off playing that red. But be looking for an angle here to try and open up
39.
these 5 reds and pink. It's not easy from the blue. He's coming back to look at this red to the right middle.
Yeah, the one immediately below the pink. Right, goes to the right middle. As you can see, it won't go to this corner pocket. Precise positional shot required if he's playing for it. Thought that going into the pink was a better option. How's your luck? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that shot making feel good. Couldn't have hit this any better. Pink full in the face. Just needs a bit of inspiration
45.
from somewhere, and that shot may have given it to Judd Trump.
Yeah, as I said before, it's been the Ronnie O'Sullivan show.
51.
A century, just to let the crowd know. Obviously, you know he's a great player, but he just wants to show it to him this evening. And that will help him to relax, you would hope. So every shot here is so important. Well, he's
52.
okay. Didn't want the kiss on the red, but he's landed on the pink nicely.
Yeah, and if he's also looking for a bit of motivation, as I said, the majority of the crowd want a Ronnie O'Sullivan win. Again, I know how he feels playing
58.
Jimmy White in so many finals. Sometimes you can use that as a bit of motivation.
59.
You need something to get him going in this match.
So 62 points to lead.
66.
Looks at the scoreboard. This red will put him 63 ahead with just 59 remaining. So
67.
Ronnie O'Sullivan needs a snooker, but I think it's important here. If Judd could make a century, I think it'd be really important for his confidence.
I think the fact he's won this frame in one visit
73.
will help him a lot. Little puff of the cheeks there. Oh, fabulous pop. Okay, rolling off the jaws, but that's more like the Judd Trump that we know.
Oh, unlucky with the cannon. Yeah, I take your point, Stephen. And the fact that he's not missed an easy ball.
80.
I mean, you can run out of position. Anybody can do that. So he's done what he had to do, and every credit. Because it's not easy when your opponent's dominating the table. But that was a good contribution from Judd. Still behind, but that might just give him...
Felt this evening and how he's been second best. It'll be a monumental result, I tell you what, and it'll be a long way from the finish of the final.
Yep, I should remind everybody that in one of his earlier matches he was 5-8 down to Stuart Bingham in the quarter-final. Won 8 in a row. Can be done.
Thank you. Frame 16. Judd Trump to break.
Not found the ball cushion. Pot on here to the right corner.
One. Six. Seven.
So purposely leaving himself
14.
low in this, so in potting it, he can bring other reds into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's
15.
banging the table. I never liked the run through there. I always prefer to screw back. I feel he got more control over the cue ball.
Yeah, that was a very
Sullivan,
un-Ronnie
50.
Sullivan-like shot.
Yeah, and I know we were talking about it a few moments ago when he played that, but just a few signs to me that he's had it so easy this evening that I think he might have just taken his eye off the ball slightly. Not got that full concentration.
This is a good line. Just short pace to get to the ball cushion.
Catching the baulk colour full. Leaves the cue ball on the baulk line rather than the baulk cushion. Doesn't appear to be anything that would tempt Judd into going for a pot, but with your hand on the table, you'd expect him to play a lot better safety shot than Ronnie's. Well, he did have a pot. Oh, well.
Ronnie Sullivan, 4.
Okay, he was running through other reds, but he'll feel very unlucky there. I mean, it's not as if it went straight in. It won. Well, just the one red next to the black. And not only that has it gone in, a red has appeared over this right corner.
Well, that's a heartbreaker. It really is. You've just won a frame when you've been really struggling, then potted a great long red that you had to get, and then that happens.
1.
That was ugly. A Judd trump.
Eight. 9.
Yeah, we were saying how important these frames were. And,
16.
Yeah, just a bit of bad luck.
17.
And obviously, you like all things to be equal, but it never is, particularly when you're struggling. 43 points to lead.
24.
I think he's got a choice. He can go up for the blue, or maybe the red to the left middle will get in position on the black. Whichever he feels is easier to control the cue ball. Doesn't have to play any cannons. The reds he needs are in the open.
$25. $30.
Yeah, just a short of pace on this positional shot. Oh, he's going to play a delicate one here through the gap for the black. Played to
31.
perfection.
$38.
Red, colour red. We're getting to snookers required.
39.
And Judd, well, he'll feel unlucky, and as well he might. But when you're running into other balls and not much idea where the cue ball's going to finish, but to go in the pocket, very unfortunate. So this red to go 66 points ahead with just 59 remaining.
47. $52.
Yeah, and when Judd Trump seen that cue ball go in, he'd have been horrified, but
53.
obviously because he knew what probably was going to happen. Ronnie was going to come to the table and just take all the points that Judd possibly could have taken. Relentless,
60.
this is.
Sullivan 60. And the
Well, he
play.
couldn't get the plants, but as you say, Stephen, it's relentless. Because what Ronnie O'Sullivan is doing, what we know he can do, Judd Trump's got to find a bit of that form. It's slipping away.
He's a little jaded, good night's sleep, come back tomorrow. He is capable of putting together a run of frames against anybody.
He is. When Ronnie comes back to the table, I should remind you that the final episode in the series, Muhammad Ali, will follow after this evening's session. He was the greatest, of course. Ronnie trying
Thank you.
to
The final
equal
frame of
the
this
greatest
session,
at the Crucible,
Ronnie
Stephen
O'Sullivan.
Hendry. Back to you, Stephen, and to John.
Yes, that's what Ronnie will be hoping for. I know he says he's not interested in the records, but it's the only way you leave your mark in life, by going in the history books. So yeah, as I said before, one way or another, Judd's just got to try and eke out a frame, but that pot success, it's worrying, isn't it?
I think he can possibly get through to this red to the right corner. The black, I'm sure, is available to the left corner, but it's fraught with danger.
Yeah, but the Judd Trump, who was winning all those tournaments last few years, this was the type of Reddy was knocking in relentlessly. Big shot. Great shots.
I was going to say they're not up at 11-5 behind. But yeah, fabulous pot. He's definitely, the long pots that he's just rolling in with topspin, he's a lot more comfortable. You can tell that quite obviously.
Yeah, and it is a fact, the more pace you're hitting to a ball,
8.
if you just don't catch the middle of the cue ball, it would just be thrown offline.
9.
He's got to find a way. And he's got a chance now here to take this frame. Starting
16.
off the evening, 5-3 behind. At the moment he's losing this session 6-2.
I don't think he'll be going into the pack here. The red to the right of the bunch. I'm going to play a little cannon on that one. He may choose to go into them. But I think, yeah, the more calculated cannon, although he's missed the cannon that he played to go past that red, but
24.
always knew he had the red to right middle in reserve. But I'd be pretty sure if he pots this red and gets an angle in the black, it'll be into the bunch next time.
35.
Well, unless the red closest to the cue ball still goes, he may play for it, but I think, well, I thought he may have gone into them. He'll be moving reds this time. This could be
32.
the pivotal shot in terms of winning this frame for Judd Trump, if this turns out okay. Surely not. Well, I feared for Judd
33.
there, although he's not out of the woods yet. He's got no position on the colour. At 1 second, I thought the cue ball was going to go off in the middle.
Yeah. But he powered the cue ball through, but as you say, it was never guaranteed position. And that look tells you, massive shot coming on up here. He's got to play a pot, you feel. Which one? Which pocket? Nothing easy.
Yeah, you think it's got to be brown to this right-hand pocket, bag one as we call it. Yellow and green, there's hardly any pocket to aim for in the middle. As you say, John, big shot. Some of the crowd
Widely now,
thought it was
thank
in,
you.
but it was always in that near jaw. Judd Trump shakes his head again. Had lots of luck with that last shot, but all of it bad, I'm afraid.
One.
He could play that shot when he powered through the pack 50 times and landing a colour, probably 48 of those. The boys in the studio said it can be a cruel game, and even crueler when you think that Ronnie,
4.
well, the way he's been playing in this championship, will probably capitalise and win the frame at this visit.
Just having a look. He'd like to get the brown back up the table on its spot, and also to be able to make the black available into both corner pockets. He's looking up to the sky. Don't tell me he's not on the brown. He's okay. He's on it. Just have to bend it with a bit of right hand side. A little bit careless, but it's doable.
9. 10. 17. 18.
'Sure. Yeah, just have a look at this brown and look at the way Judd's anxiously looking. Is it there? And that probably sums up the way he's feeling. Anxious.
25. 26.
Okay, not the best positional shot on that red, in all honesty. Just one or two loose shots creeping in for whatever reason. This black to make the points all square. Lost the cue ball again.
33. 34. 38. 39.
'As I look at the scoreboard. 13 points to lead now. So these three reds with colours
46.
for the frame.
47.
'Well, Stephen, there was 9 frames to play
52.
tonight. It's looking very much like Ronnie's going to win 7 of them.
Yeah, it's been another dominant
56.
session. And a long list of dominant sessions in this World Championship from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Disappointing one for Judd Trump. He just hasn't turned up. He won the first frame of the evening and then just wasn't able to press on from there. And if you don't put pressure on your opponent, well, this is what happens. He's just going to dominate. Okay, the match is not over.
59.
But 12-5. Well, Judd Trump's going to have to do something extraordinary tomorrow. And as we always say, when someone's got a big lead, he's going to need a bit of help from his opponent.
61. 63.
But usually when you say he's got to do something extraordinary, John, normally you've got to have a bit of form to back that claim up, don't you? I don't know whether Judd's got that form to do it.
Yeah, I mean, when he played Mark Williams in the semi-final, Mark Williams had played so well in the tournament so far, and that was a great win against Mark. But in the end, he just struggled over the line, having
70.
got that 7-1 advantage. He just felt that wasn't going to be good enough here against Ronnie in the final. But I thought being in the final, he'd probably up his game. He's such a talent.
75.
But if you let Ronnie O'Sullivan run loose, you're asking for big, big trouble.
81.
And he's taken advantage of every mistake that's being made. Judd Trump had a back run at the ball, okay. But Ronnie O'Sullivan once again, absolutely superb. Cue ball of the finest artistry. He's happy, the crowd are happy.